You guys know my intention on this channel is to bust FUD. We don't want to hear it. If it's legit, fair enough, but if we're hearing some nonsense arguments, I'm going to be the first person to try and dismiss that. And we're here to do that again tonight, because I'm hearing some stupid things in the recent days especially. This is another FUD topic which has just been invented, and now I'm seeing it everywhere. Let's talk about the fact that we have no power as the community of the apes. This is just going to go on forever, and I want to talk about that in the video. Now, before people think that we have no power initially, just remember why we are here. The first thing that we need to point out is the chart on the 1 year. We're seeing this one in the past year come up from a price around $6 here, but really even before that it was lower, all the way up to $70 plus. So we do have the power to make this one move in the first place, and that is worth mentioning. Do not forget where we have come, and do not forget why we have come up. We're here for one purpose, and we have already made our voices heard, so don't think that we cannot go on to do this even more in the future. But right now people are talking about the blatant manipulation which is currently going on with AMC, and I do understand it is frustrating. But does that mean that nothing's going to change? I absolutely do not believe that is true. So what I want to go on to look at first is another recap on the Department of Justice investigation. Is it the real deal, and would the reckoning with consequence restore faith in rule of law and justice for all? Because we already know people are hesitant now to have faith in the authorities that are there to protect us as far as these financial instruments go. The SEC, the Department of Justice, etc., etc., they're here to stop investors being defrauded, to stop manipulation from going on. And if that is true, if they're doing their job appropriately, why are we seeing AMC's float being traded 50 times? Why are failure to delivers for the small company, relatively small for market cap, why are the failure to delivers significantly higher than they are for Amazon and Apple, two of the biggest companies in the world? And why did the price close on 23.11 on Friday and then drop by a couple of cents to come down to 22.99, coincidentally meaning that those options were no longer in the money? So anyway, will this be a big deal? What if a true investigation is the only thing to restore faith in the American financial system and our government? I have been very vocal, as many others have been, about what I felt should occur in 2008, and if it does repeat itself. I've never been that guy, but like many who watched the destruction of this once great nation, I have seen enough. In my opinion, the true reckoning with consequence would restore faith in the rule of law and for justice for all. Let the Moass begin. Well, I know people are already quick to dismiss the investigation for the Department of Justice. I'm not here to say it will or will not do anything, but we already know that an investigation has been launched. I think that is a good thing in the first place. Whether they actually come out with anything or not is a different story, but do not underestimate the potential that something could come out from this, because whilst it may seem unlikely and it may take a lot of time, they definitely could uncover some stuff here. Because as I have said before, if the Moass does happen, and if they do have billions of fake shares out there, that will go on to hurt the entire economy of the United States, but also probably of the world as well. So it is in their best interest really to let this thing come to a head before it gets even more ridiculous, because over time all that's happening is more people are buying, more shares are being created, etc., etc. Now we're going to come out to here. This is an information piece posted by user 9inch Nipples, very interesting username there, who's posted that about 450k members is enough to make a lot of noise, so why are we not using this power to make progress? And I'm assuming that this is talking about the amount of users on r/AMC, but I must state, across the United States and across the world as well, there are significantly more people on this movement than just 450k. But it's a very good point that this user does go on to make. Instead of 95% of this sub more likely to wait around for news for some random person on Twitter, there should be a brainstorm on how to fully utilize the number of apes here. If the SEC will continue to ignore this, it's time to move on to plan B. Sure, the plain banners and billboards are great, but we have a lot of noise to be made. The great thing about social media is it's free, whilst billboards are not. The movement needs to spread outside Twitter, outside measly hashtags, maybe if 100,000 people bombarded as many social media sources as they can with info on AMC, linked to all the DD in a press packet, I know there's much, much more that can be done. And I assume that this is just telling people to hopefully get the message out there, point the manipulation out. Because yeah, we're a community of 4 million people here in the apes, maybe more now, maybe about 5. But long story short, 4 million people in a globe of 7+ billion people is a minuscule number. And we know what's going on with AMC, but some people who are also even in the stock market do not know what's going on with AMC. And of course, people who are just normal people living their lives have no clue about this whole situation. So the more that we can get this out and highlight the core manipulation that runs very deep and the corruption as well, the more noise we can make, and hopefully the more action we can take. Already on Twitter, we're seeing people continuously talking about hashtag AMC, this and that is getting the message out there, but there are more sites than Twitter. Already we've seen it on LinkedIn, people pulling out of certain investment funds because of what the apes are saying, and they've done their research and found out that a lot of that information is true, but we need some actual change to be made. And we need to voice our opinions, because our opinions do matter. As I said earlier on, these are the institutions that are there to help us out. They're there to protect us. So why are they not doing it? And when I say the institutions, I mean the regulators, the SEC, the DOJ. They are there to help us out. So why do they not do it? Now, like I said, the investigation may come back with some information, or it may come back inconclusive, or with proof of no manipulation. But I think if that does happen, well, I think it will get a lot of people thinking for sure. Now, as always, guys, this is just my opinion, it's not financial advice, but I do think a lot of the users that we have highlighted in this video do have really interesting opinions, and they were worth sharing with you guys. So I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, please do share it with a friend or family member, or even on one of these forums, and I will see you again. Thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.